Hello, guys. Welcome back to our channel. We are Growth Hack, and we are bringing all the experts in the Amazon industry. And today I'm here joined by my friend, Nate. How you doing, Nate?
What's up? I'm doing great, man. Hello from a little bit north of where you are now, not too far. We're
Yeah.
both in Thailand, everyone,
Yes.
by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, Nate, actually, we have met in like 2 months ago, right? We had the
hmm
privilege of having a face-to-face meeting, and we even
Yeah.
organized a little meetup for Phuket Digital Nomads. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
was a blast. I think I saw looks like you're organizing another one, which
I'm trying to. The hard thing with Phuket, is that there are not so many digital nomads here. What about Chiang Mai? I know there is a lot more, right?
generally yes, but this time of year it's getting smoky. So if you know like this burning season,
Oh yeah.
where the air quality gets pretty bad, and so a lot of people, myself included, are going down to the islands, and so whether it's Phuket or Samui or I'll be going to Koh Phangan.
Nate is a very interesting person. We have met personally in Guangzhou in China at one of the events organized by Global from Asia. And so he has some interesting stories. I like Nate because he gives a lot of motivation. He does a lot of business. He can help you with a lot of things. Is very well connected. Is the founder of what's your new group for FBA
The
sellers?
joint venture mastermind.
Perfect. We will put a link to that so people who want to join they can reach out to you, right? So this is an amazing group that I actually used a lot because half of the speakers, half of the experts that I've interviewed for the article about prediction for 2021 are actually coming from that group. I mean, probably I knew them already, but a single post in that group and bam, I got like
Mm.
6 experts to interview for the article. So Nate, okay, I don't want to talk too much. He will introduce himself, but he sold his Amazon business, so he's doing amazing stuff. He will introduce his new project. So Nate, welcome. Tell us a little bit more about yourself. What is your daily routine? How you can help people that are listening and are viewing this video right now?
Sure. So the first, thanks for the intro, and yeah. So my story, I sold my FBA business. It was a couple years ago now, and after that, kind of go through an existential crisis. What's important? What am I good at? What to do next? And yeah, some of the stuff that I learned or realized is just like so important for me and all you and listeners and just entrepreneurs, is we all should do more of what we enjoy and are good at, and get other people to do the other things. And so this is something that like I did pretty well with my own FBA business. And so I've always, I mean, for a while, just like have a lot of experience with hiring. So hiring, team building, and because of that, have been able to, with my previous businesses, get the right people around me so that I can do my thing, and the business, other people handle the other stuff, and the business can grow and scale without me, which, for me was what led to my eventual exit. And so after that, this really became like, as I realized how important this was for myself personally, like of this phase of my life, my journey to, focus on the things that, where I can add value, and the things that I enjoy, the things that I'm good at. And, just get that other stuff, like donkey work is the boring, tedious, all that kind of stuff. Like I just, I'm on a mission for myself personally, as well as to help others to get all that donkey work, off your plate. And so, yeah, what that's kind of evolved into is, have my service agency, SellerPlex, that, helps sellers with the similar things that the business started helping me with. And then also have a new training program called Dream Team Machine that, teaches people how to, build their own teams, build the org chart, what roles do you need to fill, how to fill them, how to keep them. And yeah, both businesses or both, projects are really, it's centered around helping other sellers do more of what they enjoy, focus on growing the business, scaling the business, and getting the other stuff off their plate. And so that's like, yeah, stuff that I've been into and up to, and generally like to help. And if people have questions or things they're struggling with, like, yeah, I mean, I like helping people with this.
That's super cool. Yeah, I think you have introduced this kind of project you were working on already a couple of years ago. I remember at that time I think I was in Korea, so I remember. What are the most common questions that sellers or entrepreneurs who are looking into growing ask you?
Yeah.
What are the most common problems you help them to solve?
Yeah, so really what I see, and it's interesting because we all are biased towards our own experience and kind of filter of how we see the world and just kind of see things. And for me, I through a combination of things in my life career, it was just kind of hammered into me of like, be the role of the CEO, to be the visionary, be the business owner, work on the business, not in the business. Like, I mean, I can point, there's like a lot of my journey that, that I learned that was kind of absorbed from, all these kind of different things. And so yeah, and it's interesting as I interact with, and work with, other entrepreneurs, other sellers that didn't have that same like education and experience. There's a couple of like key, mindset shifts that I realized that like I, have, and I went through, and like, these are the things that are really, holding people back. And so one thing is, at a high level, you got to think about your business as a machine, right? And so, you got to think like, looking down at your business from a high level is, the business is a machine, and the machine is made up of different parts that all work together to create an outcome. And like, that's what we're all trying to do here, whether it's FBA, services, like it doesn't make, the business model doesn't matter, but the approach is the same, that, you got to think about what you're doing and building from the perspective that, you're looking down on it and you're building this machine. And so thinking of, your FBA business, again, as a machine that's built up of these different parts that all work together. And so then the next step is identifying what these different parts and functions are. And that is what becomes your org chart, your organizational chart. And, the org chart, just like the machine, has the main functions of the business that all combine together to, create the output of the business. And so for FBA, the main functions are, you need supply chain, you need, Amazon, which I break down into Amazon marketing and Amazon admin. You need finance, like bookkeeping, accounting, and you need new product development. So like those are the main functions of every FBA business. You need products, you need to get them from one place to the other. Yeah. You gotta do your stuff on Amazon, and you need to be on top of your numbers. And what's important to know here, it's less about how you break up each of these functions and, the different buckets themselves, like what falls under Amazon or supply chain or operations is less important than understanding that these are all building blocks. And the perspective and so how to build a scalable team is taking this high level view, recognizing the different functions that make up your business, and then seeing them as these building blocks. And then the way that the business scales is, that's the blueprint. And so right now you have, and another thing important is, you need to like having responsible people, or like delineating responsibility. And so it'll start likely if, when you're just getting started, it's only you can be playing all of these roles, and that's fine. You're doing product, you're doing marketing, you're doing admin, you're doing finance, you're doing logistics. That's fine. You're just getting started. You got to wear all the hats. But then if you want to scale the business, you can't keep doing everything yourself. And like, that's, if you want to, unplug and scale, which is what I personally want to do or did want to do, you gotta remove yourself from these areas. And again, so back to this machine and the org chart and kind of having these different, these different buckets. So what you do is, one by one, you remove yourself from the lower value activities that you're doing. And then, the beauty of having this org chart is then, so you remove yourself, great. And then let's say, now you've got 100 products and your, admin is too much for a person. Well, okay, you just add one more under the Amazon admin bucket. So now you have 2. And let's say you want to launch, not just 5 products, but 500. Okay, so now the new product development, instead of 1 person, that becomes 2 or 3 or 4. And, and then now you're the buckets stay the same. You just, stack people in there. Yeah. And so that again, keeping this high level view, and then, you're just sitting at the top, like, and as the visionary, as the CEO, directing the ship, creating the culture, deciding what, capabilities the business builds, like that's on you as the visionary, as the business owner. And then all these other things, the business can grow from 1 product to 10 to, 500 to, freaking 5 million. It doesn't matter. But you just, that's a scalable team.
Yeah. You have the system in-house, and actually what you're doing is helping sellers, helping business owners, helping even agencies getting a better system and getting more people if they need, probably also helping them realize if they need, they probably don't know that. So yeah, this is the kind of support that you can provide.
Yeah. And I mean, and one of the big things, I mean, it's interesting. It's like a lot of these, again, I mean, there's these like mindset shifts that people, everyone they want tactics, right? I mean, generally they think, tactics, value, but like the real value in like the biggest shifts are in these like aha moments of like, wow, like I'm, right now, like I'm doing everything and this and that. And, maybe that's fine. But then like, it's like black and white. And all of a sudden you like see your business in a different, light. And like, it becomes this different entity. And like that can, that is like where the real, shifts and kind of leveling up, happens. And then like, look, like tactics are important too, for sure. And we can, go into how, the hiring funnel and the different steps and how to, negotiate starting salaries so they're lower and how to, like all that stuff, like not to like, that's important too, but like the real, I mean, I know for me, myself, like having these aha moments where you just like see the world differently and like you're on a new trajectory and like
give us an example,
Yeah. So I mean, a big one for me, and, I talk about, and so the way that my course is structured is like there's the intro section is about like, I don't know, there's like 5 or 6 of these kind of foundational like beliefs. And so one of them is, to understand hiring as a superpower. That, so like, when I was getting started in business, for example, I wanted my own business. I had this, a dream of starting my own business, traveling the world, making money. And I was 23 years old and had approximately 0 skills. So a little bit tricky to start a business and make money when you don't know anything. But what I did know is I was introduced to Upwork. At the time it was Odesk. Yeah. And I don't know, for me, it just like, it made sense to me. I was like, oh my God, like there's, literally millions of freelancers on here that can do anything I can imagine. And so I don't like, as long as I can find the right people, I don't have to do anything. And so, from there I started, the first ways I was kind of making money online was some like random internet marketing stuff or project management to do websites or some SEO. And like, I personally couldn't and still can't, build websites or code or do design or like, do link building campaigns. And, but I was able to start making money because I could, I could find the projects and I could confidently deliver because I knew I just had to find the right people. And so like, that as a shift of just understanding like, wow, like when you can master the skill of hiring, it's like, the Lord of the Rings, the one skill to rule them all. Like, as long as you know how to hire, you can literally do anything. And like, yeah. And so like, and like, that's, and like, that's been so key to my career. Any success that I've achieved has, like having that mindset has, enabled so much in my life. And it's something that like, a lot of people don't like, they don't think about this. They don't know like, oh, like I can't do that. The business can't do that. Me, like if you literally had any project, I mean, pending a big enough budget, like I'll say yes to anything, whether it's, something with e-commerce or, aerospace, physics, this, like, it doesn't, it literally doesn't matter because I know that I can just find and hire the right people to do it. And like, this mindset, like, it's changed my life.
Yeah,
and it just opens up like
yeah, I think this is a real hacking mindset because our channel is We Are Growth Hack. We don't only talk about Amazon and e-commerce. You're pretty much hacking the system here. You're making money in a field where you're not an expert, but you find others to do it for you, to execute for you, then you deliver. And you can overcharge because you can actually give that security to your client or to whoever commissioned the job to you that you can actually do a good job. So this is great. And, it's all about market, demand and offer. You have to find, a demand and then you have your offer. There's a lot of other offer. There's always space for, new offers right there. And there will always be new demand. This is great.
Sure.
So I know what you're saying, and that other people might think, okay, I don't know how to do this, so I don't want to get into this because I want to make sure that it's 100% what I feel like I can do. But you're true. This is true what you're saying. I mean, we live in a world today where we are connected. We have shared skills. And we have proven methods and proven recognition of those skills. So, hiring someone that is proven to be good and has that particular skill set will actually help you. Yeah.
Right. Well, and this is also where, like your confidence and the actual ability to execute, comes down to how good you are at hiring. And like, that's, and like, that's something that I've put in my, 10,000 hours. I started, like I said, when I first started doing business in 2011 or whatever, like I kind of got started hiring early and, fast forward 10 years, like I've gotten a lot better at it. And like, that's what allows me to confidently, cause like, I'm not, I'm not the kind of person, I don't want to, obviously screw anyone over. I don't want to overpromise. I only want to do anything that I'm confident that I can deliver. But like, I'm so confident in my ability to hire because I've, been doing it for 10 years. And that's what, that's what this course delivers is, it's the mindset side of it, to kind of get that like, oh, wow, like I can do anything. But then it shows you like the system that I built from the last 10 years so that, because a lot of people, they don't have that experience. And I know that like, there's, and when it comes to like successfully hiring, and I've realized this, the more that like people have gone through the course and I've gotten feedback is like, the success it's a combination of lots and lots of little things. And there is like a general high level structure that you want to follow. Sure. But it's been interesting, man, because like, a lot of this stuff I realize that I've done or do when it comes to hiring is it's almost like second nature. So I don't even think about it. And it's like, I know like whatever it is, I can find someone good. I do find them good, whatever. And then like other people will kind of follow, they'll go through the system like, oh, well, like, why didn't I have the same results? And then, that forces me to really like dig deep and, oh, well, like what did I do differently? Or what did they do that was different? And then, eventually being able to pull this all together to then, really deliver something that, so like the success, it's high level process. And then also like a lot of little things that again, I've developed and honed over just my own experience over the last, freaking decade doing online business.
Yeah.
And like, clearly I get excited about it. Yeah. Like it is great. I mean, it's great for me. Like it can be great for everyone.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Exactly.
And so
Yeah, that allows to, save a lot of time, focus on other things, scale your business, do more, make more money, etc. This is really great. So I definitely encourage everyone who needs to scale the business, scale their team, to get in touch with Nate. Nate, we keep all of our videos very short, not only because we don't want to make it too long, but also because we want to push listeners to get in touch with you if they have to, if they're really interested. So we don't want to unveil too many secrets here. Tell us just the last thing. Tell us a tip for anyone who's trying to get rid of the struggle, who's thinking that they're probably doing too much. Just one single tip takeaway.
Sure. So another key mindset that like super powerful is this idea of the way to solve big problems and achieve big goals is you want to find a who that can help you, not how to do it yourself. And so, again, it's like, a mindset shift here. When you have a challenge, you have an opportunity, most people, they think, oh, okay, like, how do I do this? What do I have to do? And, the reason is because like we're, growing up in our school system, we're conditioned. We're like, oh, like collaboration is bad. We take tests all by ourselves. And, that system is built to pump out like, mindless factory drones. Yeah. And, fast forward to, freaking 2021, and that's not the reality that we're living in. Like, oh, like I have a question, I can, ping my smartphone, it takes 10 seconds, or, oh, like everything is collaborative. And so it's this big shift that like in school, we're taught that, we need to do everything ourselves. And that's just not, that's not that's not the most useful for our reality. And the reality today is like, there is, no matter what you're trying to accomplish, big, small, anything, there are people that either can do it for you. So I call these, so there's, the key is it's who, not how. And in doing so, there's micro who's. So like, oh, I got to edit this video. Like, oh, like, I don't want to do that personally. So, oh, like just, there is a person that you can find to hire to do that for you. Great. But then, bigger level things. So like, I'm working on, launching and marketing this course, and like coming from the FBA space, marketing and funnels and like it's quite different. And like, okay, so I can try to do it all myself, figure it out on my own, or I can just get the help of someone who's done all this before, can just literally tell me, okay, do this, do this, do this. And so, so again, the shift here, whatever you're trying to accomplish is, think of, who can help me, not how do I do it? And start with who, and, and like, this doesn't need to be expensive. It's not like you need to hire, build this big team. It's like, okay, maybe you get that help. It's like, you just reach out to a friend and have a call, and they just, they like explain something to you. Like, I mean, it can be very like light touch that can have a huge impact of someone just, showing you the path. Also, you can, hire, all the range, or you can, hire someone that's going to, do it all for you. But, you can get, like talking about, hacking, being shifty, like you can do all these things on a very moderate budget. And this is a lot of what people don't realize. Like, oh, like I can't afford to build my team, this and that. It's like, you can pay someone for an hour of their time. That's going to save you like hundreds of hours. Yeah. And they'll just tell you what to do. And like, okay, if you're on a budget, like hire a consultant for 1 hour. They'll tell you what to do. and there you go. Like you just saved money. And so anyway. Another.
Yeah, I know. We could stay here talking for really long. Nate, so we have mentioned before your Facebook group. Do you have any podcasts that people can listen to?
Yeah, so I'd say for people that are interested in more about me, want to get in contact, you can check out my podcast, Ecom Exits. You've been a guest, so you can check out your episode. We got a bunch of others, a lot of good people. And as well as so I publish a lot. I mean, this, but on my Facebook, on my Instagram, like I'm really create a lot of content, publish a lot of content, about business, about life, about all kinds of stuff. And so, if anything that I'm saying sounds interesting, an easy place to start is just like, add me on Facebook, add me on Instagram, whatever. And you can just get a sense for, the things that I talk about and values and approach. And like, look, if that resonates with you, great, reach out. Maybe there's some way we can cooperate or some opportunity to do together. And if not, like, no pressure, that's okay too. But yeah, you can, find out more about me, podcast, social media. And for anyone interested in the course, dreamteammachine.com. And yeah, if you want to sign up right away, that's up to you. But again, like, you can just follow me and see the stuff that I talk about and post. And if that resonates, then shoot me a message and, we can go from there.
That's great. So we will leave the link to Dream Machine in the video description. And we'll probably also leave your contact information, your Facebook group, your personal Facebook, etc. So Nate, this was great. We've been doing like literally 30 minutes. I guess, I hope, I'm sure a lot of people will reach you out. And yeah, thank you for being on the show. And it was amazing. All right. Have a good day.
Thanks.